some people have called me to ask my opinion as to what is happening in South Africa today, the killing happening in South Africa, the xenophobic attack happening in South Africa. I must tell you, it's appalling. And my feelings are as good as yours. Because looking back to history as to when South Africans, the black South Africans, were passing through apartheid regime, it were at the time when they are facing their darkest time in history. Nigerians, especially the Igbos, stood and supported the black South Africans. Mbazulike at that time was the one that harbored Mandela in his hometown, here in Anambra, here in Igbo land, here in Biafra land.
Honestly, I feel very sad when I read in the newspapers or watch on the television some of the atrocious things being done in South Africa today, particularly South Africans, black South Africans, not wanting their brothers to be in their country, and particularly Nigerians. Nigeria played a very, very significant role in the darkest years of South Africa, of the black South Africa, during the apartheid regime. They were killing them, they were imprisoning them, and in our own government of the Eastern region, by my party, the NTNC then, we collected a lot of young boys and young girls from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, from Tanzania, from Malawi, and gave them scholarships in Nigerian secondary schools, gave them the education here in Nigerian secondary schools. The existing grammar schools there had about 20 South Africans, 20 Africans, East and Central African, when they were being oppressed by the whites, we were giving them education. Most of their politicians, we trained them in the NCNC political training school at Yaba. They went home and became ministers in their country. When Nelson Mandela was being hunted by South African apartheid government and British intelligence service, he went to Tanzania. At Tanzania, they wanted Tanzania being a small country, they wanted to round him up there because there were so many whites there. And so he found his way to Nigeria in 1961. And when he came to Nigeria, Edochie was then the Governor General, not yet President of Nigeria. So he reported to Zik. And Zik said, okay, we'll host you here. We'll keep you in this country. We'll give you refuge here. Let me find the nationalist that has similar thinking with you, with whom you feel comfortable and at home. And Zik sent for me. I went to see Zik at the State House. I introduced Nelson Mandela and said that I should take him and he should stay with me. Sorry. Mandela came to me and lived with me in my house at number 5 of Kotiebo Street, Ikoyi, Lagos, for 6 good months. The British intelligence service were looking for him, desperately for him. South Africa had no representation in Nigeria then. The apartheid government of South Africa did not have a representation in Nigeria then, so the British people were fighting for them. They were looking for him, but it was impossible for them to get to Mandela because Mandela was with me. I wasn't a soft person, a nationalism there. The British knew me. They wouldn't get near me. If they got near me, the person would burn. So with Mandela, Mandela felt free with me. Most often we would go to the clubs in the night, we'd dance at the Empire Hotel, Kakadu Hotel, and everywhere. We would go and dance high life and so forth. And they dare not touch him. And then once a month, I used to come home every month. Every month, Mandela and myself will come to this village. We'll stay here in this village, spend the weekend, Friday, Saturday, maybe Monday, Tuesday, we'll go back to Lagos.
Did a whole lot to support South Africans. And some other African countries like Ethiopia, other surrounding South African countries like Zimbabwe, Ghana, and the rest of them, they all rallied round to support their fellow black Africans passing through hell in the hands of apartheid regime of white South Africans. Now, years later, the same black South Africans that regained their freedom with the help of Africans, other Africans, are now killing Africans, especially my own people, the Biafran people, the Igbo people living in South Africa, because they carry the majority of sojourners in foreign land, and South Africa is, I must say, majority of Nigerians in South Africans are Igbo people, and that is why I am so concerned. It worries me, but I'm not surprised that the political class are not giving much attention to it, because some who say that, and I agree with them, that it is because those who are affected in the killing of the South African, they are not the political class, nor their children, nor their business. That it has not affected them. But I remembered how they laid our boast on the incident of German beating of Ekweremadu. That saga, they came out, with this power and zeal in the media, saying tough words. But today, they careless about the killings of Nigerians, my own people in South Africa. I don't blame the South Africans, because if here we are to be good, we are to be good, if not for the useless politicians that have made life a living hell in Nigeria, what would my people be doing in South Africa? What is in South Africa that is better than what is in my homeland? But because of the wickedness and corrupt misleaders in Nigeria, they have made life miserable, and our people are going through the valleys of shadows of death to survive anywhere in the world. And that is why they are being hauled down. It's unfortunate, but that is just what I just have to chip in, because that is not exactly what I want to say. Talking about New Yam Festival, the Massacre German beating have come and passed, but there are some fundamental things we are missing out when it comes to New Yam Festival, and that is why I'm making this video. I must tell us the plain truth. We have been over ceremonizing New Yam Festival while destroying the original symbol, the norms and values of New Yam Festival. Yes, I appreciate the fact that we have to encourage, sustain, and promote our cultural heritage, of which New Yam Festival is one among those, among wonderful, cultural values we have. But we are killing it. It is like a development turned upside down. When I see the so-called traditional rulers sharing and organizing this New Yam Festival, no wonder the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, I heard he made a statement in Lagos where he lambasted the traditional rulers that they have turned New Yam Festival into one kind of flamboyant ceremony where they spend money indiscriminately, frivolities. In as much as I don't agree too much with political class, but I agree with him on that, and that is why I'm making this video to address these so-called traditional rulers in Igbo land.
anyị na-awa jira n'aha nke nna na nke ọkpara na nke mmụọ nsọ. Igbo bụ Igbo mma nọ. Yes. Na kamgbe anyị nọrọ na ndị Igbo na Ghana, eso ote mgbasa ndị eji na-ebe ọnụ. Esi Igbo Ghana na-awa ji suru ọbụla m na-eme na Ghana ọ na-abịa. Masịkwa m ga-abịa nke a. Eji m 1.5 million naira na-awa ji. 1.5 million naira esi Igbo Ghana. 1.5 million naira esi Igbo Ghana na-awa ji.
I don't want to go into the history of how come we now have traditional rulers that are not emerging from the people. I don't want to discuss that now. Now let me address the fundamental issue concerning the New Yam Festival. Tell me all the traditional rulers here that are watching, and those of you who have your own traditional rulers in your fellow villages. How many of these traditional rulers can be proud to say they cultivated one seed of yam, one tuber of yam, they harvested one tuber of yam from their farm this year, which they cultivated? And how many of them can attest or stand to confirm that they have Obaji in their palace? How many can come out to say that? I challenge any one of them to, refute what I'm saying and prove me wrong. Show us your Obaji before you are conducting your New Yam Festival. Many don't. Many traditional rulers don't even live in their villages. They don't even have farm. And yet, we are celebrating New Yam Festival. New Yam Festival is a time where we show our agricultural strength and prowess. Yes, that is what it. That is the symbol of a great wealthy person in Igbo land. In fact, great warriors have great farm land cultivated with yam. That's why I am impressed with what I saw in Enugu community during their Eguaro, where their traditional leader, I call him traditional leader because he is a leader, not a ruler, the custodian of the traditions and customs Umweri kingdom in Enugu, talking about Igwe Ebe, championing and encouraging local farm produce in his own community of Enugu.
Hello, this is BVI Channel 1 and I still remain Asuchino Peters. Today we arrived at the community Enugu, to be precise. They are doing their agricultural exhibition to showcase the rich cultural heritage in terms of agricultural produce. What you are seeing right here are agricultural produce produced from this land. This land is fertile, and that is what they are exhibiting to the world, to know that this great community can feed that not just themselves, not just the entire country, but also to the larger world. And we are right here to bring you the highlights from this event, and I believe you are going to be wowed and surprised about what is going to happen right here on this exhibition program. Stay tuned, stay connected till I come right back after the highlights.
Delegation. Okay, like one.
And I also heard some communities are actually doing same, to encourage agriculture. I had the one of Agolo, where they give out motorcycles to people that have biggest weight tubers of yam. These are some of the things I expect all the communities in Igbo land to do. That is exactly what it is meant to be when you talk about celebrating New Yam Festival. But now we have traditional rulers who don't even know where farm is, who don't even have Obaji, who cannot even employ laborers to cultivate. Now, at the time, we are threatened agriculturally. Majority of this New Yam festival or New Yam that are being celebrated are imported from Igbo, outside Igbo land. And we have the audacity to sit and say we are doing New Yam festival. Do you cultivate any yam? The only people that have right to celebrate New Yam festivals are those who have family land, who cultivated yams, who have obaji. They are the ones that have the moral ground to celebrate New Yam festival, and not those who cannot, you know, have one tuber of yam accredited to them from their family land. We should stop all this cosmetic traditional celebration. We should go down and do the needful, because we are threatened. We are talking about the Fulani herdsmen destroying our farmland. We are talking about the ban by the federal government on imported foods. We are talking about the continuous onslaught on our farmlands, and our people living in droves from their villages because of bad government abandoning farmlands for these people. At the time we are supposed to be going back to farm, showing the world that we can feed ourselves and feed the entire African nation, continent. We need to fix some of these things and stop ceremonizing something that we are supposed to be doing actually. I think from what I had with the interview I conducted with a veteran actor, I'm talking about Edochie. He made a statement that is very, very crucial, and that statement is that to unify Igbo land, to have one cultural symbol that brings Igbo together, it should be New Yam Festival. I agree with him when he said this.
Onye na-amụghị onye Igbo mana onye ahụ abụghị onye Igbo. Biko kedu ndụmọdụ ị ga-adụ ụmụ Igbo n'ihi na ihe i kwuru ebe anụnwa o metụtara anyị niile bụ ndị Igbo n'obi, ọ na-esi wee kpodo omenala anyị na asụsụ anyị isi n'ala.
Ihe izi ndị Igbo ga-eme, Igbo niile wakọba dị ofu ụbọchị, onye abịbe ga-ejikọ anyị ncha. Ọ bụ onye nwata iche onye nke ọzọ awa. Ọ bụ na Igbo niile arọpụta Satọde nke ịbụọ n'ọnwa Septemba kwa arọ, si na onye ka a ga-eji wee gwa ji Igbo niile. Onye ọbụla n'ebe ọbụla ejila abịa Igbo ruo okwu ma ọ bụrụ na ị nọrọ nso n'ụlọ, ije gote ji, gote ọkụkọ, kwụọ ndị otu gị kwa abịa. Na mmadụ ebe ọbụla ị nọ n'ụwa bụrụ onye Igbo, orura na Septemba Satọde nke ịbụọ na ị ga-awa ndị ji. Ndị ọbụla ndụmọdụ ga-enye nwunye etu a ka a ga-esi wee bido wee weziere nwayọ. Ndị Igbo na-agba akwụkwọ, onye ọbụla ile abịa Igbo ejiri oyibo wee bụ anyị ọnụ. Onye Igbo na-agba akwụkwọ, biko ilu na-abịa Igbo hapụ ịga na-akpụcha olu na a na-apụwala anyị. Ili na-abịa Igbo Yoruba na-asụ asụsụ Yoruba na-agba akwụkwọ, a na-eyi akpa ndị bebe. Hausa na-agba akwụkwọ, a na-eyi akpa ndị bebe. Sọsọ ndị Igbo ga na-agba akwụkwọ, a na-eyi akpa ndị ọcha, na-atụghị onwe anyị kwetere okwu na anyị na-ekwe mmanwụ mba.
There is nothing that could be truth or more truth than this, because if that happens one day as New Yam Festival for the entire Igbo land, hey, you will see Ifeji Igbo. You'll be so proud of what Igbos can do. I think that should be imbibed, and I use this opportunity to extend it to all my viewers, to carry this to all their traditional rulers. Let them come together and agree on a date or a week for New Yam. MSSD and Kam, other towns can now go down and start doing their various New Yam festival. And I must tell you and remind you, let it be those who have farmland and obaji should be at the front burner, and not those who have nothing to do with cultivation of yam. So that while we are celebrating New Yam Festival, we are actually going back to our farmland, because we are almost threatened. And that is where I'm wrapping it up. Thank you for watching. Continue subscribing. BVI Channel 1 will continue to bring it to you raw, live, and direct. We are not here to mince words. We are not here to do cosmetology on words. No, we are here to say it the way it is. We say it, we share it. Every structure of our society must be addressed so that we as a people can bounce back to our original glory. Stay blessed and stay safe. Goodbye.